Welcome, everyone. I'll narrate the near-death experiences of those who have died and have seen the other side. If you enjoyed these videos, please consider hitting the thumbs up, subscribe, and bell icons to be notified of new content. Doing so is free, and it helps the channel grow. You must use it if others do. It's what you're made of. Not recognizing it as such will likely cause you to struggle, suffer, and have issues. If you can find serenity in your heart and stay there, it changes everything. I used to be Christian. I was raised Christian by my preacher grandfather. Everyone in our family was bewildered and frustrated by my narcissistic mother. Our childhood was odd and perhaps emotionally and mentally abusive for many years. Not barely 2 months ago was my NDE. Both lungs collapsed and my heart ceased on December 2, 2023. Essentially, they could do nothing but kill me. I suppose electric paddles won't operate on a Lucas machine when you're as dead as I was. I remember entering the bedroom, shaking my husband's feet, and telling him I was having problems breathing. I'm still having rib cage and breathing issues, so excuse my froggy voice. Since I've always had asthma, Dad got up and helped me obtain more medicine and called an ambulance since he realized we were in trouble. When he called an ambulance, I was still standing because we live in a tiny town, and they get here quickly. We're only around the corner from the fire station. As I looked out the front door, the first paramedic arrived. I've talked to them all since. I went to the firehouse to thank them and see their faces. I was curious about their identities. The first person in the house said, "I knew you were gone." After looking into my eyes, she turned around to tell the other people what to bring into the house, and they were having trouble because it was snowing. And there were several inches of snow, so they couldn't get the gurney up the 2 layers of stairs, couldn't get up, and couldn't bring some of the other stuff up. The tale goes that my husband was still in the house with me and went to the door and started yelling for Adam to go back in. One returned, and they discovered I was in cardiac arrest. He estimated it had been 5 minutes. Since it was all women, the fire truck waited at least as long again to arrive since they needed men to aid. I believe they attached a Lucas device to me when they arrived. It's a gadget strapped to your chest with a suction cup over your heart that simulates 120 beats per minute until your heart stops, or they stop it. So the Lucas machine was on me when they took me to the hospital by ambulance. My report says an ambulance from another city had to intercept them. It's unclear why. At the hospital, they had my heart beating again and stated I was responsive, wiggling my toes and trying to speak with tubes down my mouth. They put me in a 3-day coma. I don't recall anything from when the paramedics came home. Everything I've described was told to me later. I remember standing at the door, facing it, and feeling like I had left my body, just staring. Despite my fragmentary memories, this big dark ball of energy sweeping in from the south drew my attention. After looping around our house, it knocked me over in the rear. I remember entering the hospital room next. I felt like I was sitting up, but my spouse said no. It looked dark where I watched. It wasn't dark because it was evil. It was colorless. However, I had family members like my younger brother, mother, grandparents, and others I knew but couldn't identify. I recognized some family-like beings but couldn't identify them. They were acquaintances, not family. I didn't recognize the next layer, yet they seemed to shield and support me. I saw a spiderweb of people, my spouse, friends, and strangers, working on me, praying for me, or sending positive energy. Witnessing the teamwork was moving. It was hard to explain the tranquility I felt from where I was. This tranquility is beyond what most people can comprehend without experiencing it. Many individuals have questioned if I heard God throughout this encounter. Because I was so intrigued by what I was seeing, I didn't actively seek a spiritual presence. Nobody reviewed my life or showed me a light or tunnel. Despite the darkness, I felt like I could see the galaxy in every direction. The event was profound, yet hard to describe. My life has altered greatly since then. My interactions with people are different. Old issues no longer affect me. My close friends, including a forensic psychiatrist and a grandmaster, reacted differently to this incident. My psychiatrist worried about my emptiness, while my grandmaster buddy saw it as a sign of change. I feel like I'm a child again. Laughter, tears, exhaustion, without angst or rage. The tranquility is pure. My view of God has changed. I regard it as cosmic energy that gives life significance. I remember Paul, a Christian apostle, describing it. This God discussion might go in many directions. I don't think we were taught that. Scientifically, we were duped. We know everything is energy. When you understand this concept, call it God, whatever, energy drives creation. It creates everything. I doubt it has the personality we learned. Many ancient books advise introspection. Yeshua said, "Heaven's in your heart." Your heart contains your spirit, which embodies God's peace, joy, love, thankfulness, and more. Knowing this and finding inner calm changes everything. We must identify and use this innate element of ourselves or struggle. Teaching heart coherence is my thing. Helping folks access their heart space. It's easy with practice. HeartMath Institute provides detailed instructions online. Repeating this multiple times a day is essential. To fully embrace it and change your life, you must immerse yourself. The technique requires 3 inhalations and exhalations. Inhale to get energy and oxygen, then exhale slightly longer to calm your nervous system. This relaxes fight or flight brain regions. If done mindfully, 3 rounds of this approach can make a big difference. Excuse me, 3 breaths will show a difference. HeartMath suggests placing your hands over your heart and imagining appreciation, tranquility, or compassion. Most people may feel gratitude most easily. Start with thankfulness, put your hands over your heart, and then focus on your heart. Feel thankfulness and open your heart. It gets simpler to reach that state with practice. Choosing to be in your heart space repeatedly is key. We practice being in our heads, being angry or disturbed, or participating with the world. Being in your heart will lead to peace if you do it often. After a while, that state becomes part of you. You bring it everywhere. Who you become, not what you accomplish. That inner calm and joy, that's your spirit. Peace, joy, and love are embodied, not created. If you see yourself as furious, your energy attracts more anger. If you see yourself as serene, you'll attract peaceful surroundings. Understanding that love, serenity, and joy come from inside. You seek inside qualities, not exterior ones. You must match your desire's vibration to manifest them. Everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. You may match your energy to your goals. Many struggle because they focus on the notion without fostering the corresponding sensation in their hearts. People typically lack heartfelt emotion when visualizing or thinking about their aspirations. Even if they can connect their thinking with an emotion, their gut instinct may give conflicting messages rooted in fear or mistrust. This incoherence between thoughts, feelings, and instincts limits manifestation. Coherence demands matching thoughts, emotions, and instincts, developing a deep heartfelt awareness and feeling. Coherence between your thoughts, feelings, and intuition helps you achieve your goals. Rough right, hit a brick wall when your intellect says one thing, your heart another, and your gut screams freeze. You're stuck. You must align your head, heart, and stomach in a cohesive vibration and maintain it to progress. Imagine if my heart, brain, and gut are in harmony and peaceful. There's no inner conflict or want to flee, fight, or freeze. Everything becomes calm. Then I introduce visualization. Visualization is powerful when everything is in tune. It boosts my chances of creating what I want because there's no internal conflict. Sometimes things happen instantaneously, but usually it requires time and action. It's important to go out, observe, listen, and act on direction. It's more than waiting for the finest. You must actively participate in your surroundings. Is this strategy always effective? Honestly, no. My journey has been trial and error. I'm still learning, but it works most of the time. It's part of learning, not a mistake. I know that sitting in your heart place may change you. It also simplifies learning. When you learn from within, not simply your trained brain, you gain more comprehension. So my advice to myself and others is attain coherence. Get into your heart. Recognize that peace is who you are, not what you do. My younger self said, "Don't be so hard on yourself. Have patience. No matter what others do, be kind to yourself." I've learned to love myself first. Can you love anything if you can't love yourself? We must prioritize self-care and kindness. Learning coherence is crucial. Heart coherence means carrying a feeling like serenity or love throughout the day. Integrate that sensation into who you are and let it influence your actions and conversations. Your world will change when you accomplish this. I've practiced this for 15 years and noticed major changes in my household. My family becomes more calm as I remain quiet. I credit coherence for our favorable dynamics shift. Thanks for watching and coming. I bless you and hope your life is coherent. I'll see you in the future video. Remain safe and blessed.